Preparing for the Olympic Games is obviously not something that happens in the last year. I guess I've been refereeing for about 25 years, then moved into AWL refereeing when I was only about 23, and at that stage it was only men. So I did that for quite a long time. I think when I was about 30, I was invited to be on the FINA panel, which was very exciting, and just the international competition that we get. So I guess being in Australia, it's quite different to being in Europe in preparing for an Olympic Games, because you don't have the same amount of water polo that they do. Finding out when I was going to ref at the Olympics was an absolute shock, I think was the first one. Ironically, all the referees were in the Institute for a 2-day learning experience. My phone had messages galore from all these overseas referees. Congratulations. And I'm thinking, congratulations for what? Because I hadn't seen anything. And I was just shaking because I'd just woken up. And so after that initial shock and I suppose being overwhelmed by it, absolutely humbled and honoured to have that opportunity to referee at the highest that there possibly is in our sport. Finding out that Olympics was postponed was a bit surreal. It took a long time to sink in. It was just, oh, okay, they've said it's not happening. But I guess when you then put it in perspective with what was happening in the world, even though it is the biggest sporting event, the number of people that were dying and what was going on, you thought, okay, it's a sporting event. So it was very disappointing then when you thought about all the work that all the athletes had put into this over years and years, as well as the officials. Advice I'd give to female refs coming through and any young referee is that you need to be humble in what you do. You need to be excited that you've been given the opportunity to referee at whatever level it is, but to be open to improving. And if you're not learning and improving every single day in what you do, then you're not taking that opportunity with as many, grasping with both hands. Within Australia, the referees that I've really been supported by, and ironically, they're all males. I've had fantastic support. They have not treated me differently to anyone else. And I actually haven't wanted to be treated differently. I've said before, if I'm not good enough to referee at that level, don't put me in just because I'm the best female. I wanted to be considered the best referee or the best group of referees. But people along the lines of, John Whitehouse, Phil Bauer, Michael Hart, Noel, obviously more recently Danny, have all been super supportive of me achieving what I've been able to achieve now. I think every person is different in how they prepare for a game at a major tournament. What I like to do, especially if I'm away, and I actually haven't refereed a major tournament in my home city, so I'm always away when I'm reffing major events, is I do like some downtime to myself to be able to reflect on the teams that are about to play, what game that I need to play. I like to arrive at the pool early and be able to watch a game beforehand to just get me into the mode of water polo again at that level. And then I like to then be able to take myself away, prepare for the game, then meet with my colleague that I'll be refereeing the game with. We'll talk about the game and then get into it that way. So the teamwork between me and my colleague and any two referees in a game is vital. So when you're at an international event, even though FINA's national or international language is English, not everyone's English is as good as we would have. So it's really important that we're on the same page, that we understand that how we're going to referee as a team together. And just to talk about a few things, nothing in detail. Everyone knows the rules, they know how to referee. It's more about which part of the game you're going to be looking at, when there's sometimes a few grey areas, or if this situation happens, 2 centre forwards, for example, will you take the second centre forward swimming in? So just to clarify a few things, make sure that we know what we're going to say to the teams and coaches before the game, because generally you would say a few things about what we're expecting of the teams and the coaches, and then go on and do our game together.